So heterocyclic compounds part 5. So this is the last part of the topic on heterocyclic compounds as per the Karnataka University syllabus. So far in the last 4 recorded videos, we have learnt about the classification nomenclature system, and in the second recorded video, you have learnt about the 5-membered heterocycles and their synthesis. In third part, we have learned about electrophilic substitution reactions of 5-membered heterocycles, and in the fourth part, we have learned about 6-membered heterocycles, pyridine and its reactions. The fifth part is mainly deals with the fused ring heterocycles, indole, quinoline, and isoquinoline. So we shall begin with the indole and its Fischer synthesis. So these are the 5-membered condensed heterocycles. You can see this is the heterocyclic moiety. This is the heterocyclic moiety where this is the 5-membered ring. It is fused with the benzene nucleus. That's why it is called fused 5-membered heterocycle. The most commonly they may fuse with benzene nucleus. Suppose you go and change with the heteroatom, it is an X. If it is equal to NH, then it is called indole. If oxygen is there, it is called benzofuran. If sulfur is there, it is called benzothiophene. If position of the heteroatom is going to be changed, they're all going to be prefixed with iso. Isoindole, isobenzofuran, isobenzothiophene. This is the way how you are supposed to name the fused ring heterocycles, especially 5-membered fused ring heterocycles. Whenever X is at this particular position, it should be starts with first number. When X is on the second position, then numbering starts from carbon atom. When X is at the second position, normally we can use the prefix as iso. Okay, so these are the fused 5-membered heterocycles. Of all the important 5-membered fused ring heterocycles, the most important one is indole. Indole derivatives are find a lot of applications, especially you can take tryptophan, tryptamine, resiperin, indigo, etc. Tryptophan is supposed to be called as a plant growth hormone. Here you can see this is the indole moiety. This is an indole moiety. So here we will find amino acid structure. It is one of the amino acid compound. It is one of the amino acid compound, but of course it is called the plant growth hormone. So this basic unit is indole moiety. Okay, the indole is aromatic in character because it could satisfy the Haeckel's rule. How it satisfies Haeckel's rule? You can see the totally 6 electrons from this benzene nucleus and 2 electrons from this bond and 2 more electrons from nitrogen atom. They get involved in the resonance. So that's why 8 electrons that is from carbon. 8 electrons from carbon means 3 from benzene nucleus and these 2 from these 2 carbon atoms and the one set of electrons, remaining 2 electrons, lone pair of electrons. As already we have seen the resonating structures of the pyrrole, so where you will find heteroatom get involved in the resonance. So therefore, totally we will find 10 electrons. That means when n is equal to 2, according to 4n plus 2 pi electron rule, they becomes totally 10 electrons. And it is a very weak base because lone pair of electrons are not available for protonation. They get involved in the resonance. Hence, it is weak base. How it is going to be synthesized? One of the most important method is Fischer-Indole synthesis method. This method mainly involves a condensation reaction between a phenylhydrazine and a keto compounds or aldehyde. It is a condensation reaction between phenylhydrazine along with aldehyde or a ketone to give phenylhydrazone. That's why This method mainly involves phenyl hydrogen of an aldehyde or a ketone. The phenyl hydrazine reacts with an aldehyde or a ketone. Suppose if it is equal to H, then it is called acetaldehyde, but of course it is acetone. Phenyl hydrazine reacts with acetone to give respective hydrazone derivative, phenyl hydrazone derivative. When it is treated with either zinc chloride or boron trifluoride or polyphosphoric acid, ring cyclization taking place through the rearrangement reaction followed by dehydration in the presence of the phosphorus pentoxide, you will get a substituted indole. You will get a substituted indole. It means when phenyl hydrazine on condensation with acetone or any aldehyde or ketone to give a non-hydrolytic derivative, that means a condensed product. This condensed product undergoes internal rearrangement where it involves ring cyclization followed by elimination of the some important biomolecules, important molecules, byproducts, that is water or something, then it would resulting in the formation of 2-methyl indole as a byproduct. Let us see the mechanism of this Fischer-Indole synthesis. Of course, before going to discussion, some important reactions are given. Because according to your method of preparation, you can use any aldehyde or a ketone. In this particular method, there is an acetone is going to be used. The second method that involves acetophenone. In acetophenone, you will get 2-phenyl indole it is. Suppose when general aldehyde or a ketone is being used, you will get a substituted indole derivative, substituted. Reaction processes remain same. Okay. How the process is going to be taking place. What is the step of mechanism? It is a reversible rearrangement of hydrogen to give the reactive ene hydrogen. And it involves protonation, produce a protonated ene hydrogen. Ene sigmatropic reactions is get involved. I am not going to discuss in detail here about sigmatropic. Later you will see in the pericyclic reactions and all. That involves a 3,3 sigmatropic rearrangement reaction. And re-aromatization. At the beginning, through the rearrangement, by the loss of aromaticity is taking place, and again it involves re-aromatization. Then followed by nucleophilic addition, derivative indole is going to be formed. These are the following steps are going to be involved in the mechanism of Fischer-Indole synthesis. Deamination, elimination of ammonia, resulting in the formation of aromatic indole. As already we have seen that phenyl hydrazine reacts with an aldehyde or a ketone. For instance, here acetophenone is used. You will get acetophenone phenyl hydrazine. This acetophenone phenyl hydrazine, it undergoes reversible rearrangement of hydrogen to give a reactive ene hydrogen. See here, it gives out reactive ene hydrogen. This is ene, alkene part. This is hydrogen part. It is a hydrogen part. So therefore, a ene hydrogen derivative is formed. This will undergoes protonation. See the protonation. This nitrogen atom gets protonated because in conjugation with a double bond character, lone pair of electrons accept a proton to give a protonated derivative like this. Through the internal rearrangement, these are the intermediates are being formed. Later, it undergoes cyclization because when you see this in the previous slide, protonation produced protonated ene hydrogen. Protonated ene hydrogen. This is a protonated ene hydrogen because both these two groups are get protonated by the 2H plus. Okay. Third step is sigmatropic rearrangement, formation of a new carbon-carbon bond, diimine, and loss of aromaticity. Sigmatropic rearrangement, 3,3 sigmatropic rearrangement is taking place between here, and it involves loss of aromaticity. Loss of aromaticity. There is no aromaticity in this particular part. Okay. Only 6 electrons are being here in the nucleus, but this part is totally non-aromatic nucleus. And re-aromatization of aryl ring. Rearomatization of aryl ring. You can see here. This will undergoes rearrangement, and then the lone pair of electrons are get involved. One double bond character is developed here, and later on intertransfer of a proton, the proton rearrangement, deamination reaction. See, aromatization, deamination is taking place. Soon after the deamination, loss of proton, you will get a aromatized indole derivative. So this is called 2-phenyl indole. So suppose if you take a general aldehyde or a ketone, instead of this, if you take this as R1 and here you take it as R2, wherever CH3 group is there, it becomes R1 and here it becomes R2. Okay, R2. So it is a general reaction. It is same way you have to remove these two kinds of the groups. Here you will find again it is R1, R2. Okay, phenyl hydrazine is common. Same way when you substitute here, okay, R1 here it means one is the H and the R group is going to be present. Finally, you may going to get the R1 R2 substituted product it is. So this is how the Fischer-Indole synthesis is going to taking place. These steps are very, very important. Reversible rearrangement of hydrogen. Once again, I will explain. It is a reversible rearrangement of hydrogen derivative. That means ene hydrazine is going to form. Later, that involves a 3,3 sigmatropic rearrangement. 3,3 sigmatropic rearrangement. That involves formation of a new carbon-carbon bond, diimine, and loss of aromaticity. A diimine derivative is going to be formed here. There is a loss of aromaticity. This will be rearranged. Finally, there is involvement of deamination, removal of amino molecule, amine molecule, NH3 molecule. Then it gives out the rearomatized product, that is indole derivative. So usually this question is very, very important. They will ask for 5 marks. Discuss about the Fischer-Indole synthesis. When it is going to asking for 5 marks, you have to write entire mechanism and all. If it is not there for 2 marks, simply you can write any one out of 3 given reactions. You can use it for anyone. So this is about Fischer-Indole synthesis. Now we shall move towards the condensed 6-membered heterocycles. Condensed 6-membered heterocycles. Pyridine is 6-membered heterocycles. Pyridine is 6-membered heterocycle. It is fused with benzene nuclease. So therefore fused 6-membered heterocycle. It is a quinoline, isoquinoline, quinoliginium salt, where nitrogen is having positive charge. Just like your quaternary ammonium salt, it is also a salt it is. So both quinoline and isoquinoline, they occur in coal tar. They are very commercially available product, but quinoline is much readily available and is very cheaper it is. First we shall discuss about quinoline. It is aromatic in character. If it is not there, it is called as a naphthalene, of course, but nitrogen is there, it is called heterocyclic derivative. So 6 electrons from this ring and 4 electrons from this ring, totally you will find 10 electrons. So, but however, nitrogen lone pair of electrons, they're never going to participate in the aromatic character. Okay, and this is aromatic, but of course here something is wrong. Okay, you need not worry about this, but totally it is finding that 10 electrons, 6 from here and 2 from here, 2 from here, totally 10 electrons. It would satisfy Haeckel solution. It is a weak base. It is a very weak base, and it may involving hydrogen bonding through this nitrogen atom. Okay, it is a very weak base. These are the some important the characteristic properties of the quinoline. The most important synthetic method is scrap synthesis of the quinoline. It involves the reaction between aniline and glycerol, a trihydric alcohol, in the presence of the arsenic oxide and the sulfuric acid or nitrobenzene. Nitrobenzene acts as an oxidizing agent. And these two important catalysts, they will help in the dehydration of this glycerol and helps in also the condensation between glycerol, the dehydrated glycerol, and then to aniline to give out a quinoline structure. In addition to this, in this particular reaction is very exothermic and tends to be violent. The main use of this arsenic oxide and the ferric sulfate, they are added to prevent the vigorous reaction or violence of the reaction. It means it is added to make less violent. It is added to make the less violent. But anyhow, the crop synthesis, which is involving reaction between aniline, this is aniline, with glycerol to give out the corresponding quinoline derivative. Suppose when question is asking for 2 marks, you can write only this much. When you write the mechanism for this, the mechanism of crop synthesis involves initial dehydration of glycerol to give acrolein. Initial dehydration. You can see the CS2, this and this will undergo elimination of water molecule, including this part. It rearranges to give acrolein. Acrolein is called, it is aldehyde group. A double bond is there. Numbering 1, it is 2, it is a 3. Prop 2 in 1 all it is. Prop 2 in 1 all. Generally it is called as acrolein. Then later it undergoes 1,4 addition, Michael addition reaction. I hope in 4th sem you have to learn this. Michael addition means when a compound containing at least one active hydrogen atom, that is either a ketone or nitroalkanes or beta ketoesters or beta cyanoacids, they may going to condense with formaldehyde and primary or secondary amines. Primary or secondary amines. So that means already we have seen in the previous reaction, it would react with aniline. Glycerol react with aniline. Okay. Alpha, at least one active hydrogen, nitroalkanes, beta ketoesters, beta cyano acids with formaldehyde and primary or secondary amine or ammonia to give the product which is supposed to be called as a mannich base. So this particular group will provide an active hydrogen. Will provide an active hydrogen when it is condensed. They react with the amine it is. So therefore, aniline, it would react with a reactive compound, a active hydrogen atom containing compound of this type, and proceeds by the Michael addition to give out a intermediary product of this type. When you go through the intermediary product of these, you will find that the internal rearrangement, lone pair of electrons towards this group, and then here you will find that the intertransfer of a bonds and it is intermediary derivative is formed, an adduct type of derivative. Okay. And later this enolic bond by the intertransfer of a proton, how it is going to transferring and all you can see. There are 2 hydrogens are here. If out of these 2 hydrogens, though nitrogen is being highly electronegative, they get involved here because nitrogen withdraws the electrons, this proton transferring to oxygen. So now it is converted into CH double bond CHOH. And now you can see this CHOH, enolic type of alcohol it is, just like your vinyl alcohol structure. When you write the CH2 double bond CHOH. This vinylic alcohol structure, it is highly unstable. Then it involves a tautomeric form rearrangement reaction. Then it may be going to be transferred here, and then it involves like this. Stability gets, then it is converted into an aldehyde group. Remaining part is same. Then protonation. The protonation preferably takes place at this part. NH is there, CS2, CS2. Okay, and this oxygen atom gets protonated. It is a protonated aldehydic part. And then followed by intertransfer of these pi bonding electrons. Ring cyclization is taking place. Loss of aromaticity here again. And then it involves protonation, deprotonation process, and involves elimination of water molecule because the oxygen is carrying positive charge. Then loss of electrons, then it involves the water molecule elimination. Then here, because of this, the positive charge is developed here. A carbocation is formed. Then loss of proton, again that involves here. Loss of proton, then involves this kind of a group. Soon after oxidation, when oxidation takes place, this group will get involved in oxidation and loss of proton, and then again aromatized nucleus is going to be formed. Equinoline is going to form. So these two here, the once you go through the mechanism of this one, it undergoes 1,4 addition. Michael addition reaction is taking place. 1,4 addition. So here 1, 2, 3. Okay. So this part, the 1,4 addition reaction is possible, and then following rearrangements are taking place. So this is how the quinoline is going to be synthesized by scrap synthesis method. It involves reaction between the glycerol, aniline, in the presence of sulfuric acid and nitrobenzene. Nitrobenzene acts as an oxidizing agent. Okay, in the mechanism you have seen, this NH group is get oxidized to form quinoline. Okay, the last one is isoquinoline. Before that, whatever I have discussed this mechanism, in bond-ion formula it is represented. The conjugate addition, it is 1,4 addition, conjugate addition, enol formic structure, keto-enol tautomerism, then internal rearrangement, intramolecular addition taking place, aromatization process, addition of a proton, dehydration, and 1,2-dihydroquinoline as an intermediate product. Soon after oxidation, you will get a quinoline derivative. Whatever I have discussed in this in detail, the same thing is represented like this. Okay. The last one is isoquinoline. Only position of nitrogen is changed. If nitrogen is here, it is called quinoline. Nitrogen is present, of course, here. It is isoquinoline. It is also called as a 2-naphthalene. Benzosipyridine. With respect to this, A, B, C. So this part is condensed here. Okay, benzosipyridine. And it is also aromatic in character, as it could satisfy the Haeckel's rule. 10 electrons from only the carbon atoms, including here, but here 9 from 9 carbon, 9 from the 9 carbons, 1 from nitrogen. But of course, nitrogen electrons are not involved in the aromatic character ring structure, and it is a weak base and hydrogen. It proceeds by hydrogen bonding. It involves a Bischler-Naprevsky isoquinoline synthesis. It is a P. It is Bischler-Naprevsky isoquinoline synthesis. So 2-aryl amine. 2-aryl amine. 2-aryl means benzene nucleus. It is 2-aryl amine, or it is present at this position with respect to amino group. 2-aryl ethylamine when reacts with acetyl chloride or an acid chloride, acetyl chloride or benzoyl chloride, it is forming respective amide derivative. It means there are two hydrogens from this nitrogen. Okay, when you write this group Cl and C double bond O and R. Okay, here you will find elimination of HCl. It involves amide derivative. This amide on treatment, this amide compound, you can see amide can be cyclized with the loss of water to 3,4-dihydroisoquinoline. Phosphorus oxychloride, it helps in the dehydration. 3,4-dihydroisoquinoline. 3,4-dihydro. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here there is no double bond. Dihydro. Okay. Hydro means hydrogen added here. Soon after reduction with the palladium catalyst at 190 degrees centigrade, you will get isoquinoline derivative. Here also you will find a mechanism of this one. The amide which will react with phosphorus oxychloride, cyclization taking place. This is a cyclized intermediate product. Then it involves a loss of proton. The double bond is developed here, and then a 3,4-dihydro derivative is formed. Soon after reduction with palladium catalyst or sulfur and selenium, you will get isoquinoline derivative. So these are the three important compounds. One is indole, quinoline, and isoquinoline. These only you have to learn about preparation methods. Fischer by indole synthesis, indole by Fischer synthesis, and quinoline by Scrop method, and here isoquinoline by Pistler-Nathorowski reaction. Okay, so this is the end of your topic as per your syllabus. Starting with your nomenclature system and all, I have completed here, and I have referred these kinds of the books. Organic Chemistry Volume 3 by Jagadamba Singh and LDS Yadav. It is a most available book. Even Mehta and Mehta, Mr. and Mrs. Mehta, Organic Chemistry, this is also a very good one. And Heterocyclic Chemistry by R.K. Bansal. And semester is what we have published, myself and Kandagal and Srikant Kulkarni. This is a 5th semester book we have published for Rani Chennamma University, but of course syllabus is remained same for both KUD and Rani Chennamma University. This book is also taken. Okay, so with this your topic has been completed, that is on heterocyclic compounds. Any doubts or any questions are there? First you go through the slides, and even I have uploaded the entire chapter that is taken from our book itself. Even whatever I have converted into PDF, this particular chapter from my book itself, and I have uploaded. Any doubts or clarifications are there? Day after tomorrow or somewhere around in the afternoon, I will come to the Zoom meeting, and you can ask any kinds of the doubts. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you all.